Time now for our rants and raves, and I'm going to start with Mike.
I got a big rave for Kevin Keeley of the New York Times and a small team of his staffers. You may have seen this week. Take a look for their compilation of every insulting tweet Donald Trump issued over the past 5 years. Every person, place, or thing Trump insulted on Twitter from the day he declared his candidacy in 2015 to the day earlier this month when he was banned. He said in many ways the project was dumb and exhausting, but it's also the only thing he thinks he's ever done that might be read by historians in 100 years. This is just a smidgen what you're seeing on the screen. The list is amazing. It's like an MRI of Donald Trump's brain.
Yeah. Kind of jealous I was left out.
It's 48,000 words.
Yeah.
It's enough for a novel. And I think that, as strange as this project may be, it was really worthwhile.
Yeah, it was fascinating. People like Clooney, taking off on people like that. All right, Adam.
I counted 200 tweets of crooked Hillary alone.
Only 200? Adam.
So I have a great big rant for the Washington Post, which was just caught by Reason magazine, the libertarian publication, rewriting a profile that they had done of Kamala Harris when she was seeking the presidency that began with an anecdote that made Kamala Harris look pretty bad. She compared running for office to being a prisoner. That has since been eliminated, and in its place now is, if I recall correctly, a comparison of how the relationship between Kamala Harris and her sister is akin to the relationship between John F. Kennedy and RFK. The Washington Post was called by Reason. They said, "What are you doing?" The Post said they had updated some of their content in connection with the inauguration. You can now find the updated story and a link to the old story on the Post website. We should never do anything like this. We are, to use the cliche, the first draft of history. We shouldn't rewrite it. If for some reason there's a correction, I've had them. I've had my share over the years. You have to indicate that the story was updated. You don't whitewash the most powerful people in the country. I can't believe they did this.
I'm sure they were embarrassed and they wanted to change it. But I'm surprised.
It's not entirely clear if there was any communication with the Harris campaign on the one hand and the Post on the other. But I think where they're at now is more embarrassing because this is not what you do in our business.
All right, Lylah.
So I have a massive rave for all of the networks and publications that ran the clip of Amanda Gorman speaking and performing her inaugural poem. Not just because the words were powerful, but seeing this young, poised poet performing them so wonderfully. It was just inspirational for people of all ages. I'm especially ravey about a Washington Post piece that talked to her old teachers about what they were expecting and how they're not surprised. One teacher mentioned that she keeps an illustrated poster of Amanda on her classroom wall. That detail is just so wonderful to read. My only quibble with the Post piece, I hope that at some point we stop designating stories about powerful women to the Lily or to the women's pages. Everyone should read it. It's not something that should just be targeted for women and young women and girls.
Yeah, I'm surprised they put it there. It seems like that could have been a front page story. I agree. All right, Joanna.
So I also have a rave. It is for the IFCN, which is the International Fact-Checking Network. This is a consortium of fact-checking organizations across 51 countries. It's operated under the auspices of Pointer, and it was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, which is doesn't mean they've won it. I think there are a few steps left in the process, but I think it's really interesting that the Nobel organization recognized the value of facts and the important and the risk of misinformation, that it's not just an American problem, as we've seen, but it's also a global problem. And so anything that shines light on not just the challenges of fact-checking, but the efforts to get things right and to set the right standards is a good thing for journalism and democracy.
All right, great. All right, so I have a huge rave tonight for the Internet and social media in general. Can you believe that? Because we've done nothing but be critical of them for the last 10 years. And it's because of the genuine creativity, humor, heartfelt love and support for Bernie Sanders that people created with these fabulous memes. They took that picture of him sitting there in the audience at the inaugural. I've seen that on personal posts. Some people are putting them in their boats or on top of their mountains with their children, with their dogs. There's hundreds and hundreds of them. Some of them are videos. Some of them are very, very clever. There's one I like that he comes out of a pop-up umbrella, and they're just all so clever and so well done. And by the way, some NYU student has made it so that you can just cut and paste the meme and put it in any photograph yourself and put it on Facebook, whatever you want to do. Anyway. Kudos to everybody for having a good sense of humor and really making that come alive. I thought it was great. It still is great. Keep it going. We need it.